Viewers and subscribers, welcome back to the Coach's Desk. Thanks for tuning in to another video here on the show, and please remember to like, share, and subscribe. So we'll be talking about Niesha Burgher, the former Excelsior athlete who is doing great things over there in UTEP, and she's actually in that CUSA conference. Yeah. And before we get into that details though, I just want to mention a few other athletes who are doing exceptionally well. I see where they Dejanae Oakley. Yes, we know her as a 400 meters runner, but from what I'm seeing, she has converted to the 100 meters and 200. I don't know how long they're gonna keep this up, but she ran 11.38 over 100 meters, and she ran a new personal record of 22.6 over the 200 meters. So definitely she's improving. There are a lot of things happening where the from a Jamaican standpoint, and we love what we're seeing from the Jamaicans in their different conferences. Also, we have to mention one Gabrielle Matthews. Yes, Gabrielle Matthews won the 400-meter hurdles in a time of 55.12 seconds, and that is a massive personal best for her as well, because definitely she would have had some luck in that event though. But I always say favor is always on your side when you are prepared. So definitely she would have been prepared. I mean, you can't really talk about what happened in terms of the athlete fell, but at the same time you still have to ensure that you are ready for whatever comes. And I tell you, Gabrielle Matthews was ready for whatever happened in that race, and she took that title and winning in 55.1 to a very massive personal best. And I mean, she has been through a lot, but she's here and she won, and I'm certain that she's feeling elated of her triumph. So now let's look at Niesha Burgher. Yes, I did tell you that she is a former Excelsior athlete, and she is at UTEP, yes, University over there in Texas, and she has been doing very well. She has been knocking at the door. In other words, the burger has served. Yes, Niesha Burgher is indicating, and listen, she's under the radar, because I can tell you, not a lot of people have been looking on her. Yeah, because she probably not in some of the fancy conferences like the Big 12 and the SEC. However, she's making her name known. She's putting in the work, and I tell you people, she's doing great things, because when you look at the conference that she's in, not so competitive, but when you can be in these conferences and you put in the work and you showcase your talent, of course great things can come from that. She ran 22. Before we go into what she ran over 200 meters, she ran 11:01 already. However, the wind reading was slightly above the allowable of the positive 2.0 meters per second. You understand? But that didn't deter her. That didn't stop her, because and she also ran a 22.68, in the 200 meters. Yes, she ran a 22.68 in the 200 meters. So from what I'm hearing, people, is that the 200 meters might be her best event. Yes, she's a 1-2 sprinter. However, she is leaning more towards the 200 meters. And what the information I'm getting in, people, is that Naisha has built a frame like a Ilian Thompson era. So what the person is pretty much saying is that she's a second coming. But let us see. Let us see what she has in store come at trials, and when she meet up with those other conferences, let us see how she explode against them, how she dish out her burger against those other athletes in the different conferences. Now, she ran 11:06. And this time, this was legal. Yes, she ran it in positive 0.7 meters per second. That is fantastic. That is a very good run from her. And you talk about sprinting and athletes trying to reach this sort of speed. She's just on the cusp of reaching in that sub 11 class. Trust me, she's doing exceptionally well. And not only that, she went on to win the 200 meters as well in 22.44, positive 1.5 meters per second. Now you tell me, people, you tell me, isn't this athlete Niesha Burgher one to talk about going forward? Yeah, people are gonna say, oh, probably is a one-hit wonder. Oh, she has a grueling NCAAs or the CUSA conference that she's in. You understand? Which is Conference USA. I mean, when are we going to learn, people, that not all athletes are going to face those challenges? And from what I'm seeing, she is ripe and she's ready to pounce upon anybody. You understand? I'm happy to how these female athletes are really stepping out and doing what they are doing. You understand? It's so ironic, folks, that females are very difficult to coach. But when you get them to buy in and do whatever they ought to do, trust me, it's very easy. And on the flip side, the men are easy to coach, but they are easy to sway. You understand? So it is a good look to see these female sprinters come into fruition. She ran 11:06. The closest to her was 11:29, 11:32 for third, 11:35 fourth. And we also had a Jamaican in it, Tony and Forbes, Louisiana Tech, 11.62. You understand? So, I mean, she's doing exceptionally well. She even won the 200 meters by a wide margin, 22.44 to Reese Webster of Liberty, 23.22. And Rejoice Sewell of UTEP, her teammate, 23.24. So, obviously, she's a top-notch there, sprinter. You understand? So I hope that she will preserve some of that energy, or she'll be peaking towards the outdoor championship. However, sometimes we say that the athletes are burnt out and this and that. I do believe that what happened to some of these athletes on the American circuit is that they would have been running and trying to peak for May, right? When May ends, because some of them are not sponsored, they don't really get a meet to run at. You understand? And that sometimes hinder their progress. So there's a principle of training that indicates if you don't use it, you will lose it, right? And what had happened is that some of these athletes, they just train after the outdoor championship. They basically reload and try to unload again. And if you're not competing in a competitive setting, that might be a very daunting task for you. So I'd love to see some of these athletes getting, some races. I don't know if they can put on some meets to ensure that these athletes run. I think it was done one time. I'm not sure where that is in terms of continuity, but let us see what will happen. But people, look out for Niesha Burgher. You have to look out for her. Understand? Fabulous talent, fine athlete. Look out for her. All right? Until next time.